Hey, what's going on? Part 2, chapter 2. I'm gonna talk about, man, where it all started for me, man. That I remember, man. I believe it started when I was really young, man. I believe I was like 6 or 7, man, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe younger than that. So I just remember, man, just being left in the house alone, man. Being left in the house alone, and, you know what I mean, my mom and my dad, you know what I mean, they had me, and then they was departed, you know what I mean? And that was just it. It wasn't that there was no relationship. There wasn't no, you know what I mean, a marriage or anything like that. So definitely was made out of wedlock. So I just wanted to just talk a little bit about, you know what I mean, how did that affect me with my mom and my dad. That's the first video I want to talk about. So when I was young, man, I looked at it like, you know what I mean, I used to cry about my mom. I used to, you know what I mean, and then I'll go with my dad. Like, me and my dad ain't really had the best of the bond, but you feel what I'm saying? So when I was young, it was like, man, I don't want to be with you, you know what I mean? I want to be with my mom because, you know what I mean, my mom was, you know what I mean, she was there, you know what I mean, but she wasn't there. So it's like, but it was still, as a kid, man, you really look at, oh, my mom is my everything, you know what I mean? Especially if she's showing and putting more time in than what your dad is putting in. So my mom was, you know what I mean, she was always there, man. You know what I mean? When I was in and out of foster care, man, like, she had come visit and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and it was hard for me, you know what I mean, because I was bouncing from home to home, man. You know what I mean? People go through things, and people, you know what I mean, have different agendas, man. And I just wanted to talk about how what affected me was, I felt like I was ripped apart from the people that claimed they love me. You know what I mean? They just allowed me to be in that situation. And now that I'm 28 years old, looking back, I'm like, y'all could have helped me. Y'all chose not to help me. So I was on this emotional roller coaster from 6 all the way up to, I would say, 28 last year. You know what I mean? Last year, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that whole emotional wave for that long, not letting go, not being able to communicate, not being able to, you know what I mean, elaborate on what I'm feeling, acted out emotions for that long, and so much stuff happening in between. Man, that stuff, like, did y'all hear me? I said from 6 until 28 years old, I battled with emotions that whole entire time. You know what I mean? So that's a long time, man. That's an extended period of time that I didn't view myself. I didn't check in fully with myself. I'm not saying that once you get over that emotional hump that it's gonna be easy. It's still gonna be stuff that come that trigger you, that may throw you off your square. You know what I mean? That may, you know what I mean, trigger that emotion that you used to feel. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it won't happen, but what I am saying is, when that day come, when that stuff come, you have to reach out to your support team. You have to reach out to people that you can talk to, that you can vent to. You know what I mean? If you got a significant other, man, put God in the midst. Put God in the midst, because you don't want to pour your burden on to everybody. And I learned that I didn't pour my burden on every female that I ever been with in my life. You know what I mean? People that, you know what I mean, relationships, you know what I mean? Different people, man. Like, I poured my burden on them, and it damaged me. I'm in and out of relationships trying to figure out, you know what I mean, who really love me, who really want to be with me, you know what I mean, and not really accepting myself, and not knowing what I value, and not knowing, you know what I mean, the things, and looking at myself, because I was on this emotional spur. You know what I mean? So it was just like in and out of relationships. You know what I mean? Okay, this one break up, I'm gonna go get another one. Okay, this one break up, I'm gonna go get another one. I gotta feel that comfort, but it wasn't comfort. It was just more that I just needed somebody because I didn't want to feel alone. I didn't want to feel like that void of being, you know what I mean, abandoned from nobody. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I seeked comfort from a female or, you know what I mean, companion versus being alone, because it make me feel a little bit more safer with me not having my mom there. So I just encourage y'all, don't search for that, because when you search, you all the way broken, or your mom wasn't there in your life, don't look for it in a female. Don't look for, you know what I mean, that comfort. Don't look for that, because it's all the comfort and everything is settled inside of you. Once you tap into your emotions and figure out what's going down, you know what I mean, going on with you deep down, then, you know what I mean, you will be able to overcome the challenge and be able to humble yourself more with your emotions. Because I was on that spur for so long, and I'm just like, man, you know what I mean, that comfort, you know what I mean, this female made me feel some type of way, you know what I mean, and she made me feel safe, you know what I mean, but not knowing that I'm just allowing my emotions to overwhelm and make my decisions for me, you know what I mean. And all she was there for was, you know what I mean, emotional support. So how I looked at it. But it was more so I just didn't want to be alone. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, your emotions could damage you from, you know what I mean, triggers, trauma, things like that. And I never let that shit go, because my mom caused that pain for me growing up. So I just encourage y'all to tap into your emotions and figure out what's the root to the problem before you hop, jump, skip into every relationship, bringing your baggage, bringing your emotional baggage into each one. It's, you know, you carrying it, you know what I mean, into each one. So this one is definitely, you know what I mean, a deep one, man. And I don't know how I gained that courage, and I just thank God that I had the courage to actually pour that out on you guys and just being open and honest with you. So like and subscribe to my new chapter 2. We going back to the beginning, man, where it all started at. So I just appreciate, you know what I mean, all the support that I've been having throughout these, you know what I mean, last month or so with this YouTuber, man. So I salute y'all. And